5.
Good evening and welcome to the main news tonight, the 13th of December 2025. To present the news, my name is Tracy Wansa. A look at the top stories making headlines. PF members vow to oppose Bill 7 ahead of second reading. And Lundazi man jumps into well while evading arrest after market breakings. Erasmus aged as life-changing opportunities for Zambian students. Movement for Good Governance fields independent candidates for Chawama by-elections. Police arrest 10 men over malicious damage at Kolima Tower. And now the news in detail. Police in Lundazi district are investigating a dramatic early morning incident in which a man suspected to be behind a series of shop breakings at Lundazi main markets jumped into a well while attempting to evade arrest in Chipazi compound. The suspect was on a police wanted list, was rescued by officers with the help of the Lundazi Fire Brigade and rushed to hospital where he is currently reported to be in a stable condition as investigations into the alleged crimes continues.
Ine ngugeza wako so nititenge vichi tizenge sono nimana tangutolana na mloka nanguruta ku baba shop nakakoka bag no wera ko mloka ntumira phone tete kumane patmund na tete kumane mbani pa gabia ndipo tankumana na mloka naine takumana tangu atabiri tamfikana na mloka tukafika mbani patuma tent pano tafika patuma tent pano tamkasanga mdala kanyaka akatupeleka kwa information hata no ine nini huni likurodi after audio ni kurodi tutatafika so twende ndende pa nyumba hapo palimango na katent pembapo pali mnyamata uchavishi waoneka kuti wana vichi wana katundu yini na tanguza para kuzakaona pachanya ambapo pali sola njanjani njabra umali panya baba shop so pulika information wana bala kuti achizere majinga inu muligulisa na ndagulisa njinga kuti njinga akachovanga mairi na makachoveranga mazo pala after wapi na mashini wakageranga tuwana mtala bauku kwali mpaka maronda kwali kwa kotia po makora yale nati mutangu zakafikira pano kuzakafika pano tangu wasanga yaya mdala tangona tangu karakacheta so tupatuma tenta beka ko bantu bakuta uyu wauma kuyamba kuyapo kwali wate kudambo kutaka chibizwe tumaya makora cha so tangu muronda ta akasi wanga chaviti kwaona isitafika Abraham naye wafika ngwenu wakuta akasi pote timuronda nimonadi namkutira kusave tent naye save tent muloka nguta pakati Abraham ndio umweza hata ima mdala zaniku tangu mtora nadi ngweta nguti banadi naye makora patu pa tent hapa after tutajumba naye patu ma tent immediately tatatu tikapela nyiti kanenge past tikambira nenge naye mbanyumba pa ngwa kuzaka bene kuna kaviti bati ndira bene kuno vira mwaka 2 nimotatumira nga phone kwa CIO kakati pangati mwachisanga information then kutumira viti mafoni Abraham ndo ngutuma phone kwa CIO atende ndimobachikira uyu mundu kabira mdirao pani kwa moyo wakutanga moyo kubiringizgamo mdirao kutumai twangwa tutoko kwa pete kikaka so 1 2 3 go we are bombs okay then for that this what happened what
Some suspected Patriotic Front cadres early today stormed Kolimatawa bus station in Lusaka, where they allegedly vandalized buses, assaulted drivers, and caused panic among operations. The incident occurred around 04 hours when a group of people reportedly described on the bus station, breaking bus windows and doors, attacking drivers, with some victims alleging that their mobile phones and cash were stolen in the process. Police said to have swiftly intervened and apprehended one suspect, as the violence is reportedly linked to an alleged move to remove Nicholas Banda, popularly known as Father, from his position as bus chairperson. Meanwhile, PF Media Director Edin Lufwekelo has dismissed claims that PF cadres were involved, urging police to thoroughly investigate the matter and bring the real perpetrators to the book.
Tengera tu Saudari batengana phone ngamboni menya na maplanga bayuzinga makadazi bakwakanya masima drivers bamuliyai sibamuli matawa bamene bezopanga chongo ni makadazi bakwakanya mabazati kuzibana bayipyendi baenda batengana ba PF bamba nokosha mataira pa 05 after yakwana basokana mataira after ba police malandi kuza abili ya kwera kuti bataba kuti bashitamonga bazisi bamba noponya mamoto sikomo ndemao yangaba zopano banimenya maningi ungamuzi wamena kumenya ni muzi wamena animenya aso wakuti wamena animenya acho beze na makadazi bakwakanyama na kada umozi wameneze mu PF Muziba Mabika, Alipa Chirenje.
Thank you very much. You want to drive up which part?
Pachawam.
Okay.
Abantu bosi, babwera batoka nyama. Babwera bavika bamba kutimenya uno. Bamba kutimenya batipanyira mamotoka, batengera na magashi. Ndama zonse zasoveza. Na mafoni onse batenga. Batokera kwa nyama babwera ngelera uku. Bafika chape nambo chizande kwambo menya ku mamotoka. Sisi tafika tashante katembekeza malai. Leba mbamanje utimenyira wa motoka, utipoka mandira manipanyira motoka. So sepeta wana tamanje, wataje bagari kusuku mani tebe wende sata wa manje sitachoka mukati. Mukati yangu kuno kubasi.
Bacho wakuti?
Bacho kakanyama, makati bacho kakanyama.
Wezofuna chani?
Benzo kuna nyonga station.
Wapoera bwa na wega ki. Funa fadha chokepo pale. Funa nyonga station. Imo ndio wasopinto wako no wampezi wako no office. Ya ifenisa ma drivers tashandi na phone tabanji ndese malai gambe kulonga ndipo wapanya phone batipoka na kashengi na moto kwa batipanyira sasa wako
iri kuti
unaona tomo itakira so kiora pa phone kiora ponzi hapa kiora kaza ndofuna kuna kiora ponzi hapa
ndivyo
Huyu ndiye Bruce, huyu. This one is not a driver. You are not a driver. You are a politician. You are not a driver. Ndiye Bruce huyu. Maana muni matawa vevisika Bruce and the friends. Aba ndiye wapanga songo.
Some opposition Patriotic Front members of parliament, led by Mporokoso Member of Parliament Brand Munduwile, have vowed to oppose Bill 7 as Parliament prepares to, arguing that if the administration was genuinely focused on the accelerating development, it would have aligned on established mainstream government funding mechanisms rather than provisions contained in the bill.
I will start by recognizing the presence of the honorable members of parliament, the Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya of Lunte, Honorable Stephen Kampiong of Shuangandu, Honorable Kabasoka Mpampi of Mansabongwe, Honorable Francis Kapianga of Mpika, and Honorable Emmanuel Musonda Mpankata of Kosochi, Honorable Anthony Kasandwe of Bangweulu, and Honorable Munenga Kampamba of Karulushi. We're expecting more members to come in. we want to speak to the nation concerning the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7, which is scheduled to be tabled on the floor of the House on Monday, 15 December 2025. So, members of Parliament have assembled to speak to the nation because they feel strongly about this particular amendment bill, given that the bill that is coming on the floor of the House is the same bill that was invalidated by the Constitution, by the Concord. It's the same bill that was declared to be now and void. We want to bring it to the attention of the nation that the process currently being carried out at Parliament is illegal, because the bill that is being discussed or interrogated is the same bill that was declared to be now and void. The process in constitution making is as important as the content. And this is the argument that will continue to advance, because that is a correct position. A constitution is a law that is written by the people themselves. Bill 7 was not written by the Zambian people. And we want every Zambian to be very clear about this. Bill 7 was not written by the Zambian people. Bill 7 was written by President Hakainde Hichilema with his friends. The Concord judgment invalidated Bill 7, or the process leading to Bill 7, because the Zambian people who should have written this particular law did not participate. The court condemned that particular process because it originated from the executive, which is not supposed to be the case. The Concord recommended that an independent body of experts should be the one to spearhead the process of consultation, as if to fool the Zambian.
Kamfinsa Member of Parliament Christopher Kangombe has opposed Clause 3 of the proposed Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill 7, which seeks to compel members of Parliament, political parties to resign at least 2 months before nominations day in order to stand as independent candidates. Mr. Kangombe urges that the current Article 51 of the Constitution is sufficient and should be preserved, saying it already safeguards the participation of independent candidates in the electoral process. He made the submissions when he appeared before the Parliamentary Select Committee appointed to scrutinize the bill.
On Constitutional Bill number 7, as you have already indicated, I'm a Member of Parliament, Engineer Christopher. Chair, I'll begin my submission on the particular clauses that I think are appearing in the bill, which in my view raises very important concerns. And I want to be put on record that a constitutional making process is not a process for parliamentarians, but it's a process for the citizens now and in the future. So it must be a very forward-looking document, Chair. Chair, Clause 3, and I hope you have a copy of Bill number 7. If you go to Clause 3 of the bill, Clause 3 is proposing that members of a political party, Chair, that wish to contest as independent parliamentary candidates in the month of August should have resigned 2 months before nomination day. That is what Clause 3 is proposing. Chair, my proposal is that Article 51, which is the current provision in the current Constitution, Chair, that article is enough, and I think it should not be amended, and it should be maintained, because it allows members of a political party to be given the option of resigning from their party, not adopted, to later contest as independent candidates. Chair, I think that this is a submission that I start with today because it affects the rights of a citizen to be able to contest in an election. I hope that submission is.
The Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill number 7 of 2025 has been hailed as a major step towards strengthening democracy, enhancing representation and promoting national unity. Speaking to residents of Kawama constituency, Elias Chihinga, chairman of Makeni Villa Ward, said the bill addresses long-standing gaps in the country's electoral and governance framework. Key provisions of the bill include increasing National Assembly seats through delimitation, adopting mixed member of parliament, proportional representation, harmonizing terms of parliament and councils, and revising qualifications for the secretary to the cabinet. Chihinga urged members of parliament to support the bill, describing it as a national safeguard rather than a partisan tool, while residents expressed optimism and the legislation will advance inclusive governance, expedite justice, underline Zambia's legal framework with modern societal needs.
Ifuna kupita siyakopeka na bantu mala nawo balimo mubiwo batatu bazipezeka mole mala Afrika bapezeka. So this bill is to empower bajabantu kuti bapezekemo. Hakainde is a good leader. He will support the bill. The bill also revises Article 52 to allow fresh nominations upon resigning or disqualification of candidates, preventing unnecessary delays and ensuring smooth electoral process. And the EAV opposition. Because EAV is offered as a baile bill. Tamani tanda uzamuzi batanda uzachana. Amene nayo pano. Constitution yatu amene pano. Ba printa ma ballot papers. Tienda kuma election. 2 days or 1 week before election. Winangu presidential candidate ashitachani. Ashita pull out. Hii constitution ilipo ni kujua ma election. Whether ma ballot paper bra print mu Zambia. Voza vijana kushoka nukuyamba fresh. Ndiyo constitution amene ili hapa. So wakainde semezwa ile kai so that tingalile muyaya. Nitanda unakuti what kind of a leader whether to subdue ya bwido. Ya mene favoring ahead. But because Akainde has got a heart for Zambians, safuna kuononga ma resource. He wants to make sure that ziko ienda pasogolo. Yeve Akainde akamba kuti whether wachokamo or pull out or what, or as long as whatever happened or the court rules to say we're going to disqualified, my election just a branch, so which is a good bill. But the same people, because of opposition, they love talking, some baby wakairekai, yachitika, or Mr. Sponsor, then they start inciting Zambians to say, Hakainde the dictator. Yanganani safroti ma election yakareko agula bantu because nje famene bakonda opposition kuna mizira boma. Anything that happens in Hakainde. But this bill is favoring also the ruling government. But our president is saying no. Safuna kuononga resource. So we are recommending President Hakainde Chilema for this bill to move forward. That's why every well-meaning Zambian has to support this.
The Movement for Good Governance has announced it will field an independent candidate for the upcoming Chawama by-election. Nkana Member of Parliament and movement leader Bino Mpundu blamed the UPND New Dawn government for the vacancy which was declared by the Speaker following months of non-representation in the area. Speaking to journalists in Lusaka on Saturday, Mr. Mpundu said chosen to present a candidate to ensure residents of Chawama have proper representation in Parliament. The movement has selected local businessman George Mwenya, a Chawama resident, who promised to bring meaningful development to the constituency. Mr. Mpundu also appealed to residents to conduct themselves peacefully and avoid political violence as they exercise democratic right to choose their leader.
Many who believed that we were jokers Others have called us junkies and all sorts of names. Others have thought we were a social media stunt. We are here now to reaffirm our commitment to the agenda that we set on, namely to raise up a new crop of leaders for our country. And we are therefore taking this moment to now officially announce that as the Movement for Good Governance, we are going to participate in the Chawama by-election, in which election we will be electing a member of parliament for Chawama. Now, the people of Chawama have been robbed of a leader in the name of a member of parliament. Sadly so, because the people in leadership today have gone about raping our constitution. The people of Chawama resoundingly have told us we need to groom our own son to be able to provide the leadership needed in Chawama. We have decided, like I said, to sponsor a candidate in Chawama. His name is George Mwenya. I know he goes by George Mwenya Muvi, but we will, for the sake of the elections, just call him George Mwenya. I'll be unveiling him now. But I want to just take this moment to say the election of Chawama is not for me as Binu Mpundu, who lives in Nkana. It's not for Chabota, who comes from Nikawata, or Ibin, who is from Nchelenge, or rather Chienge. The election of Chawama is for the people of Chawama. The decision as to who should lead Chawama should be made by the people of Chawama. I know during by-elections, those who want at all costs to get that seat will come with all manner of schemes, and I know violence will be their own card to play with. I want to take this opportunity to appeal to the people of Chawama. Please say no to violence. This opportunity being given to you is an opportunity to choose a leader who is going to represent you, not an opportunity to be forced with a leader.
And I just have very few words, and indeed I want to show my profound gratitude and appreciation to the leadership of the movement and the general membership for the trust and confidence that they have in me. And to our people in Chawama constituency, my message is very simple. And so I know the challenges that our people are going through in Chawama constituency. And I can just assure you that if you support me as your son, I'm not going to disappoint you, but I'm going to do the best that I can to ensure that
Czech Republic Ambassador to Zambia, Jiri Kirian, has urged Zambian students and young professionals to embrace international academic mobility, describing the Erasmus program as a life-changing platform that breaks mental and geographical barriers. Speaking at the University of Zambia during an event hosted by the African Students and Alumni Forum, Ambassador Kirian shared his personal journey from being an Erasmus exchange student in Europe to rising through the ranks of diplomacy, saying the program is a practical investment in inclusive education, innovation, and the development of future global leaders. He was joined by Erasmus beneficiary Ruth Nawakwi, who says the scholarship broadened her academic outlook and exposed her to a higher standard of academic excellence. The University of Zambia Vice-Chancellor Professor Mondia Muya says the Erasmus Scholarship provides an opportunity for students to acquire technical capacities through international study and exposure. Meanwhile, representative students with disabilities given Chando highlighted the challenges faced by disabled students at the University of Zambia, including accommodation difficulties, limited access to library materials, and the absence of a clear disability policy. Also present at the event was the University of Zambia Dean Professor Ambaba Jamama, and the event was held under the theme Bridging Education Through Inclusion, strengthening networks, promoting EU policies, creating awareness of Erasmus opportunity for students with disabilities in higher learning institutions in Zambia.
The ability to collaborate across borders is not just an advantage, it is a necessity. Erasmus Plus embodies this principle by offering students, educators, and professionals the opportunity to learn, teach, and train in different countries. This is more than an academic exchange. It is an investment in people, in ideas, and in the future of our societies. To remain leaders in education and innovation, we must support and expand programs such as Erasmus Plus. Investing in mobility means investing in the future, preparing students to navigate an interdependent world with competence and compassion.
On how we might ensure that international education becomes more accessible to everyone, disabled or not. Today's theme, Bridging Education Through Inclusion, articulates a vision that the University of Zambia wholeheartedly champions. A vision in which every learner, regardless of background, ability, or circumstance, can access global opportunities and participate fully in scholarly life. The Erasmus Plus program remains one of the European Union's most distinguished instruments for international mobility, academic cooperation, innovation, and intercultural exchange.
With my journey, I am Ruth now PS and a beneficiary of this Erasmus Plus scholarship program. I am a beneficiary of this program. I was sent by the University of Zambia to the University of Helsinki in Finland. Sure. So I did my exchange program in the year 2023, came back and started giving back to the community. And through my giving back journey, we are gathered here so that you learn more from the audience. You can then take up the opportunity to apply, take up the space to go there, understand, and share this knowledge that you'll be given today to others. Okay? Don't sleep on opportunities. The world is full of opportunities for young people.
We acknowledge your efforts in creating a more inclusive environment, and we encourage continued commitment to this endeavor. Students with disabilities and special needs often encounter significant barriers in their academic journeys, including inaccessible infrastructures, limited resources, as well as societal stigma. Specifically, we encounter challenges such as lack of studying materials, including no audiobooks for visually impaired students, limited sign language apps and lecturers for deaf impaired students, as well as lack of assistive devices. We also encounter
the University of Zambia School of Medicine, in partnership with government, Start Zambia, and the Ministry of Health, has launched health and rights lessons into school curriculum across the country. The program aims to equip with the knowledge to make informed decisions about their sexual health, reduce the spread of HIV and other sexually transmitted infections, promote health with Dr. Saleh School of Medicine at UNZA highlighted the importance of the initiative in addressing Zambia's high rates of teenage educators and providing resources to support SRH, forming part of broader government efforts to foster respect, dignity, including Zambian youths.
My name is Celestine Nzala. I'm the head of department in the Department of Medical Education Development at the University of Zambia School of Medicine. We are here doing some training to train us in reproductive health, sexual and reproductive health rights. Now, how did we start with this program? Somewhere in 2022, the Ministry of Health undertook an assessment to see how well covered the topic and reproductive health rights was covered in the various curricula in the training of health workers. And they did find that for the nurses and midwives, there was quite some substantial amount that was captured. But for other cadres, medical doctors, clinical officers, and so on, they found that there was a lot of gaps. So it is from that point that UNICEF, which supported that assessment, brought this to our attention as UNZA School of Medicine, and working together with them, we did develop a write-up, a concept note of how this could be attended to, because what they were doing is to have in-service people who have already in-service training out, in-service staff conduct trainings for them, and we thought that that was not sustainable. It was going to be expensive, and then it means it will take a long time for them to cover all the staff that are going to be churned out from the various institutions. That's why we advise that the best is to start training the people while they are still pre-service, so that as they graduate, they have the skills and competences in handling adolescents. As we are aware, adolescents have been a neglected group of people in our health sector. We have departments of pediatrics where children up to the age of about 13 are taken care of, and from there we have adults. But we know that adolescents, this is a stage where a lot of changes happen, and if you want to change behavior of people in the community, this is a group to target. So in our concept note, we put 5 phases. The first phase was really to benchmark. We noticed that the report that was produced may not have captured the revised curricula in the various learning institutions. And also wanted the health training institutions themselves.
Senior Chief Mshawa of the Ngoni-speaking people in Chipangali district has voiced strong support for the constitutional amendment Bill 7, urging Zambians and their elected leaders to embrace inclusive governance that reflects the country's youthful population and promotes gender equality. Speaking at the Pendukeni Palace, Chief Mshawa questioned opposition to the bill, highlighting the need for parliament that truly represents Zambia's diverse demographics. The traditional leader's stance comes amid concerns over the underrepresentation of youths and women in national decision-making. Other Ngoni chiefs led by Chief Nkukwa have also thrown their weight behind the bill, recognizing the development strides made in Eastern Province under the New Dawn administration. Meanwhile, Chief Maguya of Chipata and Lundazi district commended the UPND government's delimitation process, emphasizing that it strengthens democratic representation and national development. Both chiefs encouraged members of parliament to engage constructively on Bill 7 while acknowledging the administration's achievements in its first term.
zikomo. I think Bill 7 muninga kambireko sinuchita understand bwino vuto pene pili because peza kuti uyo kambira ndomba kuti vonse vimvwike bwino pali chongo para simunga pange chinthu bwino. Ziva ma previous government akaunda achiluva MMD wa PF wamena wavenzeko constitution ina malamulo, so malamulo amena si yonse yosebenza but avakine nzochinja lomba apa situziva pakuti soti avenzeko former president nayenze mwipa lomba avankhalapo nawo naipa, so choneka kuti pofunika mtendero nkhalepo kumvesesana. Malamulo ni malamulo, so yara malamulo ngati yali bwino chili bwino yangapitirire. Malamulo mwala mwapezamo kuti mulivoipa ndipo mungaleshe lomba tankine tikaliyeziva bwino voipa vakayena vilimo waye vantu vokamba kuti no singapitirire mwakuti so tufuna tinkhale clear but se monga ne personal ningakonde kuti ivi vilimo monga mayouth vangolo vako mparliament vazimai vivukambiwamo vilimo ivi kuti nawo vangochitako participate gender vumvweka vili bwino lomba vamene vipa ndiye kuti usaziva vene kuti ni vote yani. But personally ne unfuna kuti nionesheshe then ivi vintu vipite so that tuone ziko yaso kaili change. If you want to change, you change certain things kuti vintu vinkale in order. So change yete nzofuna ndiye lomba change yawera lero soti tikane lomba ipitilire nganteto ntawizi.
Zambia has reiterated its commitment to strengthening strategic partnership with China in transport, logistics, infrastructure and economic development. Minister of Transport and Logistics Museba Frank Tayali made the remarks during the China Year celebrations in Lusaka. Highlighted flagship projects such as the Tazara Revitalization Project and the Lusaka-Ndola-Dio Carriageway as cornerstones of bilateral cooperations. Tayali emphasized that these initiatives will modernize Zambia's transport infrastructure, boost trade links across the region, create jobs, and support the country's vision of becoming a land-linked logistics hub. Chinese ambassador to Zambia, Mr. Hang Jing, underscored the importance of responsible investment and collaboration with local stakeholders, noting that Chinese enterprises remain key partnerships in advancing the China-Zambia comprehensive strategic and cooperative partnership. Both officials expressed optimism that 2026 will see deeper economic ties, faster projects implementation, and greater benefits for citizens and both nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chinese businesses are important contributors to Zambia's economic and social development. Today, the Association of Chinese Corporation in Zambia, in collaboration with Zambian Chinese Association, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Zambia, and the Chinese Mining Enterprises Association in Zambia, will jointly release the 2025 White Paper on Corporate Social Responsibility of Chinese Enterprises in Zambia. This White Paper highlights the active role Chinese business play in fostering shared growth with local communities. I hope the compilation of this white paper becomes an annual practice, encouraging more Chinese business to actively engage in CSR initiatives. As we approach to the year 2026, here, I urge Chinese Association in Zambia to leverage their strengths and contribute further to the high quality development of practical cooperation between China and Zambia. First, strengthen institutional development by refining systems and enhancing functions. Guided by the principle of all businesses joint associations, efforts should be
one of the most significant symbols of Zambia-China cooperation remains the Tazara Railway. Built through the solidarity of the Zambian, Tanzanian, and Chinese peoples. Today, we are proud to note that this historical bond continues through the Tazara Revitalization Project, which the three governments have prioritized as a key transport and logistics undertaking. The revitalization will bring several benefits, among which will be the modernization of truck infrastructure, the procurement of new rolling stock, the enhanced efficiency in cargo and passenger movement, improved trade flows between Zambia, Tanzania, the Great Lakes region, and the Indian Ocean, strengthening of the Dar es Salaam Tazara corridor and global supply chain connectivity, and linking East Africa, Central Africa, and Southern Africa. This project fits squarely within our government's vision to make Zambia a true land-linked country, unlocking regional and international trade potential. We deeply appreciate the role of Chinese partners and financiers who have shown continued commitment to seeing Tazara restored as a competitive and strategic rail asset. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to acknowledge the impressive progress on the Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway, another landmark project under a public-private partnership model with strong participation from Chinese companies. This project will also bring a safer and more efficient road network. It will reduce on our travel time and certainly also reduce on
Northwestern Province Minister Robert Liefu MP has reaffirmed the government's commitment to equipping the Zambia Police Service with the necessary infrastructure to effectively serve community in the province. Speaking at the 2025 Zambia Police Northwestern Division annual event in Solwezi, with his speech read on his behalf by Deputy Permanent Secretary Mr. Lakson Mulumbi, the minister highlighted plans to complete ongoing projects, including the division policy headquarters. Mr. Mulumbi urged officers to engage closely with communities, emphasizing that the force exists as a service, not merely an enforcement body. He also praised the dedication and professionalism of police officers in Northwestern Province, stressing the importance of transparency, accountability, and service excellence in maintaining law and order.
There must be a high ethical standard, a commitment to a value system that ensures that all of us operate within the confines of the Constitution, within the confines of the laws of Zambia. Our government is fully committed to the modernization of the Zambia Police Service through capacity building and the provision of adequate infrastructure. My office is acutely aware of the challenges being faced by police officers in this province, including insufficient office space, inadequate modern housing units, and the shortage of personnel within the division. Our government will continue to engage with the central government to ensure that all ongoing projects in the province are completed in a timely manner. Like mentioned by the Commissioner, we have a couple of police facilities that have been built through the Constituency Development Fund, including the provision of motor vehicles that allow our police officers to carry out their work with ease and determination. I am pleased to report to you that the construction of the Division Police Headquarters is nearing completion, with 97% of the work already finished. Once fully completed, this facility will accommodate many officers, significantly improving our operational capacity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to touch on a very important, vital subject: mental health. Mental health plays a critical role in our overall well-being, influencing various aspects of our lives, from physical health and cognitive function to social relationships and career success. Tragically, we have seen far too many lives that are being lost to mental health related challenges. If you or the Zambia Police, this event marks not only a celebration of the achievements over the past year, 2025, but also a moment to reflect on the invaluable contributions made by each one of you.
That item brings us to the end of the main news. A look at the top stories making headlines once again. PF MPs vow to oppose Bill 7 ahead of second reading. Lundazi man jumps into well while evading arrest after market break-ins. Erasmus aged as life-changing opportunity for Zambian students. Movement for Good Governance fields independent candidates for Chawama by-elections. Police arrests 10 men over malicious damage at Kulima Tower. And on that item, we come to the end of the main news. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is. Stay tuned.
Your future can't wait. Why delay your dreams when you can fast-track your success at Curso University? March 10, 2025. Mark your calendar. Enroll in the following faculties: Faculty of Nursing, Faculty of Health Sciences, Faculty of Humanities, Business and Education, Department of Postgraduate Studies. For a limited time, get a 20% off discount on your first semester, making education more affordable. Plus, we offer a very flexible payment plan, 50% upfront to start, the rest to be paid in manageable monthly installments. Study full-time, distance, and online, making it perfect for in-service workers and international students too. Don't miss out. Call us now and secure your place. Curso University, meeting the educational needs of today.
Mubuyu Christian Academy is a girls-only boarding school located near Sandy Beach in Siavonga. Mubuyu Christian Academy is now enrolling for Form 1 and Grade 10 pupils. So all girls who have just completed their Grade 7 and Grade 9 exams must take this opportunity to receive high-performance Christian-based holistic education. Help your girl child reach their full potential. Call 0976 386184. When you think girl child education, think Mubuyu Academy. Mubuyu Christian Academy. Excellence through Christian education. Scan the QR code to apply. Are you a parent looking for a school with values-driven ethos and a firm belief in an all-encompassing Christian education for your child? Then look no further. At Gospel Outreach Christian Academy, we make the educational experience of your child as rewarding as possible, offering an excellent reading program that gets our reception children reading within 6 weeks, and examination practice packages tailored to prepare our learners sufficiently for final exams, helping your child make the passing choice to holistic education. A school that believes in helping struggling students get up to speed, providing for the mind, body, and soul. Enroll your child in any of the grades from baby class to grade 12 and enjoy flexible payment plans with up to 5% discount for payments made during school holidays. For information, call